my name is Sarah, and today I am doing the Not a Newbie Booktube tag. I was tagged in this by my friend Emily Hornberg. I will link her video in the description below, but I thought this, in addition to the book haul from last week, would be a good way to just sort of ease myself back into booktubing and filming after such a lengthy break. But do not worry, we will be back to discussions and reviews and all of those fun things in the very near future. Question number 1, how old is your channel? As of this month, March 2017, Sarah Ann Reads is officially 18 months old, or a year and a half. I started my channel back in September of 2015. Question number 2, what are your favorite videos to make? I think this would probably be a tie between reviews and discussions. I really love taking a particular book and really diving into the themes and characters and quality of their writing and discussing those things in a bit more detail than you're ever really able to in a traditional wrap-up or something like that. But I also really love the discussions on particular bookish related topics. I've done a couple in particular that I have just really enjoyed, and I think one of the reasons I love those so much is because, unlike reviews, which tend to get the lowest number of views, discussions, even if they don't get the highest number of views, that typically goes to hauls, discussions tend to get really great conversation going in the comments. And that is one of my favorite things to do, is to converse with you guys who are watching my videos in the comments. And so it's not just me like filming and putting out content into the universe and hearing crickets, but discussions in general tend to get some really great comments and discussion going. And so that's one of my favorite things about making those videos. Question number 3, what is one piece of advice you would give to a newbie booktuber? I'm gonna give 2 actually, one that's related to the content creation part of things and the other aspect of things. So related to content creation, I would say keep things simple and don't stress about making your content perfect from the beginning. Yes, you want to be making high quality content as far as your setup and your lighting and all of those things, but it doesn't need to be this crazy setup with studio lights and a really nice camera and great editing equipment and all of those things. You can make high quality content with simple things, and I think in the beginning it's better to keep things simple, because unless you are already well versed in lighting and mic setup and all of those other things from some other aspect of your life, that's just gonna make the whole thing way complicated and kind of a pain in the neck to do. And until you really just get into a groove of filming, it's better to just keep things simple. I've been doing this, as you guys heard earlier, for a year and a half now, and my setup right now is a DSLR camera, yes, but an older DSLR camera. It is 6 years old at this point. My lighting, for the most part, is the giant window that is across from my bookshelves that gives natural light, which is why sometimes things go crazy with the lighting while I'm filming. And then I still edit on iMovie. I do eventually hope to move to a different editing program, but that's my general setup. I have a tripod, a natural light setup, a camera, and that's it. I don't use mics or anything else yet. And part of the reason I do that still is because it keeps things simple. It means that rather than having to set up this giant thing that takes 20 minutes to set up, if I have 30 minutes of free time where my roommates are gone and all that jazz, I can set up my tripod in 5 minutes and film a video, which you can't necessarily do if you have this crazy complicated setup. The second piece of advice I would give that is more related to the non-content creation part of it is don't compare yourself to other booktubers, particularly when it comes to channel growth. Everybody grows at a different pace. There are some booktubers that started around the same time I did, or even a couple months after I did, who have way more subscribers than I do. And yes, there are moments where I've thought, well, why do they have more subscribers than I do? Why am I not getting those same kinds of views and subscribers and all of that jazz? But it's important to remember that, like I said, everyone grows at a different pace. Some people get a ton of subscribers right away, and others, it takes time. For most channels, it takes time to build up those views and those subscribers and those loyal viewers and all of those things. And I really think the key is just creating consistent quality content. Subscribers are not everything. Views are not everything. Yes, they're on some level important for a platform like this, but quality over quantity. Would you rather have a ton of subscribers who don't really engage with you and your content, or a smaller number of subscribers that do? I personally go for quality over quantity. So just do your thing and don't compare yourself to other booktubers who are potentially growing faster than you are. And don't let that make you discouraged or frustrated or sad and make you think that your content is bad and you should leave the community or anything like that. Question number 4, have you run into any unforeseen challenges? I don't know if this is necessarily unforeseen, because it was one of my biggest concerns before starting my booktube channel in general, but I think time management, scheduling, having time to create content consistently and edit it and all of those things has been a struggle at certain points. Last year, there was a 2-month period where I was stupid busy because all of these different things were happening. I was moving, there were a bunch of weddings that I was in and baby showers and all this craziness, and I didn't have time to read, much less film, for the better part of 2 months. And so on some level, I knew that was potentially going to be a thing going in because life can get pretty busy at times, but there have been a lot of moments throughout the last 18 months where it's been an even larger issue than I anticipated it being before I started my channel. But I'm now just doing videos once a week. I've reduced the amount of content that I create, and hopefully that will help the consistency, even if it reduces the quantity. Question number 5. What is your favorite series that you've read because of Booktube? Hands down, this would be the Fairyland series by Catherine M. Valente. It was my favorite series of 2016. I talked about it in my best and worst books of 2016 video, which I will link above and below. It was recommended to me for the first time by Mari from the channel My Name is Mari Ness, and it was amazing. I loved everything about it. I absolutely fell in love with the writing style and the characters and the world and the story and all of those things, and I will be reading and rereading and rereading it for years to come, and I tell people all the time that they should also read it. You should read it. If you have not read the Fairyland series, you should definitely read it. There have been a lot of other great books and series that I have read because of Booktube, but that is the one by far that just totally, I loved it. I loved everything about it. It was amazing. Go read it now. Question number 6. Overall, what is your favorite aspect about Booktube? Again, 2 answers for this one. One, maybe the less slightly cliche one, and obvious answer that maybe a lot of people have given, but really the friends that I have created. I got the opportunity to go to BookCon and to YALLFest last year and actually meet a bunch of my fellow creators and hang out with them, and it was just so much fun to spend time with those people and to actually connect over, you know, more than just the books that we love, but also connect in real life. And just, yeah, I've really enjoyed the friendship aspects. There are a couple of people, some like Emily, that I have been internet friends with for years prior to Booktube, and now we're actual real life friends. We met finally last year at BookCon, and some others that I have met specifically through Booktube that I text with on the regular basis and really enjoy connecting with beyond just our content that we create. And the other thing that I would say that I love the most about Booktube, and this is sort of tangentially connected to the community and friendship aspect of it, is the conversations that we're able to have. I don't know about you guys, but part of the reason I joined Booktube in the first place is because, yes, I love to read, and I do have some friends that are readers, but I have very few friends who are fellow readers who read as much or nearly as much as I do, and who will talk about books and themes and discuss the merits of, you know, different canon relationships and all sorts of other things about books and literature for hours on end. And I love to do that. I think it's really fun. I love to have discussions about topics related to books and reading in general, which is why I love creating discussion videos. And I just don't have a lot of people in my everyday life that I interact with that will do that with me, that will sit and talk about those things with me for a long time. And so I love that aspect of Booktube. I love being able to jump on Twitter and pop into a conversation or text with people or create videos or create discussion videos and have those conversations with a lot of you guys that I have never even met and may never actually meet. But it's really fun to just connect with people and talk about those topics that I really love and I find really intriguing and interesting and fascinating, but maybe the people in my life don't find quite as intriguing and interesting and fascinating. Question number 7. Not really a question, but it's share the love, tag a newbie booktuber. And I have been a little out of the loop with Booktube for a little while. Obviously, I'm just getting back into creating content, but I've also been epic failing at watching Booktube content recently, so I don't even know like really what's going on with the non-newbie booktubers that I follow and am friends with, because I'm just getting back into watching content again, so I don't actually know any newbie booktubers. But if you're a newbie booktuber, please comment and let me know. I would love to check out your channel when I get the chance, hopefully, because like I said, I've been awful about watching content recently, but we're getting there. We're getting back into a groove. Question number 8. Who do you tag? Again, I'm a little bit out of the loop with all the things happening in Booktube and what content has actually been created lately, so it's entirely possible that the people I'm about to tag have already done this. So if you've done it, well, great, you already did it and you don't need to be tagged again. But if you haven't, I would love to hear your answers to this. So the 3 people that I am tagging today are Shayla from Shay Geeks Out, Raul from Latin Lector, and Mike from Slice of Mike. If you guys have not done this tag yet, I would love to see you do it in the very near future. Well, there you have it, friends. That is the Not a Booktube newbie tag. I would love to hear your thoughts on any of the things that I have discussed in the previous questions. And again, if you are a newbie or not a newbie booktuber, just say hi. I have missed you guys and all that jazz, so I'm really glad to be back. If you want to follow me elsewhere online, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, all at Sarah Ann Hayes. The links for those profiles will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!